Hello and welcome back to Surviving on Family Realm with me, your host, Super Daddy 13. And as you can see, we've done quite a bit of work since last time you guys saw me. Here I have done a little bit of prettying up of that wheat farm that we built in the last episode, and I really like how it's coming along. I think it's going to make a great addition to the land. We still do have a few things to do to pretty it up, but for now I wanted to go ahead and add it on to my map. That's one of the first things I've been waiting to do. I want to see just how much we have added on to this map. So that's what we have so far. Let's see what all we just added on. I think we added some here. Oh yeah. Oh, I need to actually go out there with this map and get it updated a little bit. Alright, here we go. Wow, looking pretty good. Alright, and there's our finished product. As you can see, we've added quite a bit to this map, and it's starting to look really nice. I love how it's coming along on this map area. The wheat farm looks really cool on the map, almost like a giant geode with a little bit of plant life inside of it. Yeah, that looks really cool. So today, as you can see, we can sort of see some of the things on here. We can see the path that we've started. I think we're going to go ahead and add to that, probably. Going to add a mine shaft entrance, I believe. And we'll see what else we have time for. But the first thing we're actually going to build for today is actually going to be a hut for bone meal. We're going to build an automatic bone meal dispenser for all of these seeds. You saw that I used the farm and it works amazingly. For wheat, in one harvest we ended up collecting this, which is about a half chest full of wheat and about 2.5 stacks of hay bales. And then for seeds, these are the excess seeds after I went ahead and replanted the entire thing. As you can see, we have seeds for days. So many seeds. And that is going to be rectified today. As you can see, we have a chest over here, and that's where we're going to build an automatic bone meal maker with compost, and it's going to look awesome. As you can see, I've done a little bit of prettying up inside here. Made it look a little bit better. I have definitely added on a lot of exterior decoration on the side here that you probably didn't see on the time lapse, but it's definitely looking really well. And you know what? It's looking like it's just about ready for harvest. Let's go ahead and flip the switch. The lights turn on, as you can see. We'll turn it off because I'm pretty sure it's run its course. Absolutely. And we will let that go ahead and collect because it does take a while to collect all of it. But we're going to go ahead and build up this automatic composting farm here. And it's really simple. The materials that you need are these in exact numbers. Actually 2 more chests, because the ones that I'm currently, the ones that I'm using for the resources, I'm actually going to use for the farm as well. So to build this farm, all you're going to do is come up behind this chest here, place 8 total hoppers, come back in here with your composters, place those on there. Get some more hoppers. Place those on top here. And then you are going to place some chests down on the top do it exactly as I do it here. One here, one connecting to that one here, another one connecting to that one, and same deal over here. Just like this. And then you will put a block around the side. I'm going to use the warp hyphy here. Doesn't really matter what you use, but you're going to put the block around the sides here. And you are going to put levers just like this. And that is so that you can turn on and off the farm as you wish. And that is the farm. That is all that you end up doing for this. And it will automatically compost. In fact, let's go ahead and grab a stack or two of seeds so that I can show it off real fast. And as you can see, the wheat farm is still chucking away and just getting a lot of seeds already. But I'm going to grab a bunch of these since we're not going to need this many. And I can go ahead and demonstrate how this works. So you want to come up to the chests, put a couple, turn it off, flip the switches. There, it's off now. Alright, we're going to put a couple stacks in here, couple stacks in here, and a couple stacks in here. And now you go ahead and turn it on. And as you can see, in here, it is composting away. And down here in the collection area, which is also my materials area, you will see that we are currently collecting bone meal. Automatically, it is going to feed all those seeds into the hoppers, and those hoppers are going to feed it into the composters. And it's going to pull it directly out of the composters with these hoppers and feed it right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get the build for this built up, and we're going to go ahead and do that as a time lapse. I know, 2 time lapses this early in the episode, but don't worry. This I think will be the only other time lapse we do this episode, and I think it's going to be awesome looking. Enjoy, and here we go. Okay, so this is what we have so far for our bone hut. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of decorating since the time lapse, and yeah, I like the way that this has turned out. The buttons here are purely aesthetic, they are not for any purpose. But as you can see, I've moved all the bones, or not the bones, the seeds from the wheat farm over here. And when I flip these switches, it's just gonna keep racking up bone meal down here in my collection chest. As you can see, it just went up a little bit there, and we are collecting our bone meal automatically without having to sit there at the composter and manually hit it. And it looks pretty, if you ask me. So the next step is to do some paths. As you can see, I have kind of carved out some area in the land here that I'm going to add the paths in. And let me go ahead and show you kind of how I've been doing my paths, and then I will get these in. So I've been using the crying obsidian as kind of the outline for my paths here, and this just lets me know where I need to put my blocks inside of this. I definitely think that this works well just as an outline. Also, it ends up looking really good with the amethysts, and I definitely think that it works well with the pallets that I've been using in this land. Yeah, words. So I fill the wall in like this, and then I'm gonna go in here and put in some basalt in very random places. I like them to be placed randomly. As you can see, some of them are facing up, some of them are facing to the side. It really just depends on what I was feeling in that particular moment. But I've got a little bit of basalt in here now. And then I come back in with a little bit of magenta, concrete powder. And I just kind of spatter that in randomly as well. Alright, so now that we got a little bit of magenta in there, I come back in with the blocks of amethyst, and I start to make small little geodes with it. And sometimes I'll come down and dig out a smaller area like that, and place the geode down there, so that way you get a dip in there. And you end up putting a crystal so that you don't walk into that on accident. And it creates that area right here like this where you have a nice path. If you want to do a small geodes like that, speckle in a bit more amethyst like that. And then you just want to do, anytime you come to a step, I've also been doing the same thing. Where I end up making a geode like that. And kind of spattering it out a little bit. Come back in with a little bit more basalt. And then a little bit more magenta concrete powder. Alright, so now that we've got that in, we're going to add in some crystals. For these deeper areas, you want to either put it sideways or up, but you want a full crystal amethyst cluster in there. So that way it prevents you from accidentally not being able to walk up. Then for anything like this where I'm doing an upwards, I have to do these as steps. Just like that. And then you can come up like that. Now that we got those in, we come back in and put a bunch of these on all of the magenta concrete powder. And sometimes you can mix it up with a different size. Like maybe you do a small instead of mediums here every once in a while. And that is really all there is to making this path. Once you've got all this stuff in, every once in a while you can smeckle a couple amethyst shards on these as well. A couple small geodes throughout the path as you go. But you keep doing that, and you will end up with a path much like mine. Then come back in with the crying obsidian and fill in the walls as needed. But yep, that is the gist of the path. I'm going to go ahead and get that in right now, and come back once that's done. And you join me back here after we have put the path in, and look at it now. It looks a lot better in our land now that things are starting to connect up. As you can see, I extended this out all the way to our bone hut and our wheat farm. And I think it looks really nice as an addition to the land. I did end up running out of amethyst blocks towards the end over here. So I won't be able to finish it down to my mine shaft yet. But I think we'll end up probably doing all of that next episode. Just adding on the path, and then probably end up doing the mine shaft next episode as well. But with that, we have finished our episode, I think. We've run out of time today, and I am actually very happy and satisfied with today's episode. We did quite a bit. We got the bone hut done, we got the wheat farm pretty, and even added some paths into our area, some terraforming. Quite a bit done in this episode. So thank you so much for watching today. Be sure that you stay safe out there. Wait a second. I want to do this one more time. It's just so satisfying to have all that wheat flying in there. Okay, now, be sure that you stay safe out there, stay healthy, and we will see you all next time. Bye.